A marriage doesn't need a head or a neck. It's a partnership, true or false?
All right, so we have this another post that we asked on the page. I must have heard somebody comment somewhere, and I don't recall where it came from. But a marriage doesn't need a head or a neck in 24th century. It's a partnership, true or false?
And why?
And why? Yeah, exactly, and why? So we have some interesting take here. So we have let me see if I can drop this down. How do you drop this? Okay, there you go. So Ainde says partnership, but nature has made of all systems the indispensable need of a central control. Smart, right? But as a leadership in partnership with all the composite parts, even when a leader is not deliberately nor formally chosen, there's always a leader.
True.
All right. The only problem is that I didn't answer the question.
He said, but leader means head.
Oh, okay. That's somebody else who will say, but leader, because he didn't answer this person.
Oh, he really didn't answer.
He was talking about leadership. I asked for head and or neck. You know how the reason why I said neck is because some people are very quick to come back smart and say, oh yeah, but you need a neck too.
Yeah, like the man is the head and the woman is the neck.
Right.
So the head can function
without neck
the
anyway.
Anyways,
I think that's cute, but I know where the pushback is coming from. A marriage needs a head. Okay, if it doesn't have a head, it's chaotic.
It needs a head.
Uh-huh.
Granted,
All
you need a head.
Right. Even in 24th century,
head,
more so in
have
24th century, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can't have two leaders. There has to be one shining.
Yeah.
So one has to be elected the head, and the other one automatically is the what? The vice president. Like you have the president and the vice president.
So very smart answer, but again, the limitations is smart. But that's okay. But this is my buddy here who says, but leader means head. And then he answers the guy, says, not all leaders are heads. Not all heads are leaders.
Uh-oh.
See, when people, Nigerians, we do what my friend Ashaolu calls verbosity. Our English are a lot more than utility. Right? We speak so much English. We miss the goal fast.
Oh my God.
You know, so he doubled down on his English. Right? He says not all leaders are heads, not all heads are leaders. Sometimes the leader is actually a system and not an individual. Wrong.
We're talking about a freaking marriage.
Yeah.
Husband and wife.
Wrong.
Oh my God.
But I get it, you know. It's not necessarily wrong. It's just that all of this is not really relevant to the question.
It's too deep.
Yeah, and this is why people miss it, because they end up overthinking some things that can be actually very, very simple. Yeah.
Right.
It's very simple. Does a marriage has a head? It means the man is the head of the household. Well, that's what we're talking about. And sometimes when people want to push back at it, very likely they want to lighten it. They say neck. Say, good.
Let's not forget the neck too.
Right?
It's just as important as the head.
Yeah, the one that would tell me that I should listen to my wife and receive insights from her, and then she can help me, and then you're the one that will teach me first. But actually, a simple question: does a marriage need head? Right?
Oh my God.
All right. So I now said in the context of my question, leader equals to head. Oui.
Yeah.
And then it says, I've answered as best that I know things, and your question is clear. And whether totemic.
Oh my God. Or functional.
I've never seen that word in my life. I've never seen that word in my life. Or totemic or functional, a dynamic system needs a leader. It needs a head. same time factoring the caveats I'd earlier outlined.
Now, wow. Oyinbo pọ̀jù.
While I did, that's Charlie Box, my boy. Charlie said, we misunderstand what it means to be the head sometimes. It is a partnership between the head, the neck, and every part of the body. Simply because you are on top, the head, does not mean you are the most important.
I like it.
But the head of a human body,
yes,
you cut it off. It is end. You can cut hand.
That is
you
true.
Can cut, okay, all right.
This is actually
Let's just
true.
be clear about that. But
I've never seen a headless body before moving around.
And I've seen harmless body.
That is true, baby. That's a good.
I've seen neckless body too.
Baby,
I've seen body that don't have neck too. Right?
Oh my God, but that's a good one.
I don't disagree with you, Charlie. He has a point.
Yeah, it does.
A head is always needed, though. Can your body work without your head?
Abby.
I guess for many, they see marriage as a business, so the word partnership might apply for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me actually, I forgot to like them. Hey, Uncle Caleb, force. What is this saying force to? Oh, it's force. That means you need head. Okay. No. That's really the simple answer. That's really as simple the answer.
Why is it so hard for people to just say
this
true or false?
Yes, this is a good point, because what I'm seeing is that the way some of us in this comment just complicated it is how we complicate marriage.
Mm-hmm. Why is it so hard? What's making it so hard? Why is it that these days we want to be politically correct? We're scared of saying, you know what? This is how I feel.
You know why it's hard? Because humans are complicated. The human brain, even when the thing is so simple, they complicate it.
We have to make it hard for ourselves.
Yeah, because if we don't complicate it, it doesn't look authentic or value to us. Especially Nigerians. If Nigerians don't speak English,
absolutely. They must show themselves.
And then Brashagu said, Ilu Oliwa, Kuma Nyolori. That means there can't be a town without a head. Head, okay? It means leadership too. But head, it means not leadership per se, the leader.
Who's the leader of this
human being.
Who is the leader? Who is in charge of this household?
We're not talking about a system or a machine. Alright. And then Prince Rich Ade Tule says false. In fact, big capitalized bold black color false. Of course, our traditional men will love to say false on this, right? They're happy to see that we still need head, right? I get it. And the honest truth is that women don't mind a head. Is there are other issues that make them rebel
against that.
And those are some of the conversations we'll continue to have, you know. Because the definition is not properly placed and operated in accordance with that biblical landmark, that is the reason the operators and the institution run in troubles in 21st century. All right.
Display of Oyinbo.
All right.
Everywhere.
Yeah. That is such a... the Oyinbo sometimes...
It wasn't easy, right?
It was stressful. Someone help me.
A simple question.
Someone help me, yeah. But the point is that marriage is an institution. Yes, it needs a leader.
Absolutely.
You do not need permission from your wife to be the leader. Stop asking that. Stop saying she won't allow me to lead. That simply means you're not a leader.
You are not one.
Okay? A leader does not need permission to lead. They just lead. They see certain things, vibes, environment, factors, variables, and they lead accordingly.
Yes.
Regardless, sometimes leading means you listen, you're not talking. In fact, for a lot of times, it's about listening. It's not about talking. You don't have to talk so much to be a leader. Sometimes it's about active listening, and then you walk with what you got.
Right.
You do that long enough, people will respect you.
They have no choice.
They will trust you. They have no choice but to submit to your leadership.